Ernest Nagy was just 14 when the Soviet army sent its tanks into Budapest to crush Hungary's struggle for independence. With his family, he fled to Canada, there to attend high school and read for a degree in physics at the Sir George Williams University. At 18, he took a job on a construction site and learned a great deal about building materials, especially steel. It was the first of many jobs taken to earn a living. Carpet salesman in his father's firm, they were the first to introduce shag pile carpets. Jewelry manufacturer, interior designer, and eventually partner in a firm of architects. In each job, he found himself questioning the way things were done. Were there any simpler methods? By 1988, he was running a business in London with 25 employees engaged in applying coatings to different materials. He persuaded Anglo-American, which owns De Beers, to give him a kilo of powdered diamonds free of charge. He started to experiment. It was then that he made his chance discovery.
In the process, when we apply the coating, we have what I refer to as a mop because it most clearly describes the thing. It's very similar to a polishing wheel that people use for making things shiny. We then blow the diamond powder onto this, and the hairs of the fibers of the mop then carry the diamond powder past the substrate at the right speed and pressure in order to deposit a film. And we were using one of these specially constructed mops to try and coat glass, which I prefer to use because it gives me an immediate feedback of how good the conditions were. As we were experimenting, we kept destroying the glass because the pressures were too great or something else, and when the glass broke up, it in turn chewed up the mop, and so we had to keep redressing the mop, and that's done by similar technique as you would turn metal in a lathe, except we used scalpel blades for doing that. So we traversed with the blade back and forth, and it would cut down the bits of the mop that were longer than the rest. At one point we realized that these blades had a lump on them, and we then examined it under optical microscope and just had the intuitive hunch that they were diamond films. And one of these was submitted to Cambridge University, and it was subsequently proven to have been diamond.